There you are. Welcome to Blackstone, Virginia, and Zen fits, where everything fits. When you're at the center of the world, this is a magical place because it's a Zen fit. Now, Zen fit, I've said this before and I'll say it again. A Zen fit is is ambiguous in that a fit is when you go crazy, when nothing fits. Nothing fits, goddammit. Fix. I love one of my earliest images of my daughter when she was about 4. She was we were going out and where's Shannon? So we went back to the bedroom and she was trying to get her shoelace to tie. And she was tying that, and she was saying, "Fit, damn it, fit." She was having a Zen fit. But then when it was suddenly tied, everything fit. So there's a snap in the Zen fit. Nothing fits. Everything fits. But it's the same situation. It's a snap. It's aha, why didn't I see that? When I see it, it fits. When I don't see it, nothing fits. What's changed? The situation's the same. The seeing has changed. Nothing fits, everything fits is a shift in the way we see, is a shift in the way we perceive, is a shift in the way we know. The situation is the same, we just know it differently. Life fits. Reality fits. The cosmos fits. But when we see it as not fitting, as a problem, fit, damn it, fit. You see, it's our seeing that's the problem, not the reality. So I use Zen fits as a metaphor for this snap, this aha, this kensho, if you want to use a Zen word, this awakening or this enlightenment where what didn't fit suddenly fits. What is the sound of one hand clapping? Everything fits. Anyway, yeah, I digress. Or do I? Anyway, so the idea or the topic here is that when the image became God, when the image became God. Now I'm 87, and I'm probably fading out now as the generation that grew up on radio. I grew up on radio in the 40s when I was a little boy. I didn't see TV until I was in 7th grade. And it was at a friend's house. We didn't have a TV. I didn't want TV. Went to a friend's house, a big old console with a little bitty screen. And I saw Howdy Doody. And I saw old black and white westerns from silent movies. And I saw somebody selling a vegetable cutter. But then gradually we got a TV, and we began, the 50s was when the consciousness of America shifted from radio to TV, from sound to the image, from oral teaching to image teaching. And we loved it. The TV came in right, that plopped in the middle of the room. And I remember when they only had TV shows at night, and you would, in the evening programs would come on, and before they came on, the network just had a big sign design, a big propeller or something. And you would sit there and look at and stare at the propeller on the image until the networks came on. Ta-da! But I remember growing up with radio, where you'd lie on the living room floor with a coloring book and listen to the stories of the Green Hornet and the Lone Ranger. And you'd listen to the radio, Jack Benny and George Burns and Gracie Allen and Red Skelton and all of these radio comics and all of these radio stories. But what was different? What was the shift that happened between the 40s and the 50s that changed us? It wasn't a shift out there, it was a change in our consciousness. We were changed from being a participator in reality. Now, when you listen to a story, and thank God they're coming back, with podcasts and whatever, but when you listen to an oral teaching, a story, you participate in it. You listen to the Lone Ranger, you get the plot, but your mind fills in the background, the land, the horses, the people, who the Lone Ranger looks like. You participate in the story. You are a co-creator in the story, in the reality. You are a co-creator. But when the image came, and the image supplies the background and the foreground. You get the plot, and you get what everybody looks like. You don't do a fucking thing. You just consume it. You are now the created. So there was a shift when TV land came from being a co-creator in reality through the story to being created. And now we are created by the image on the TV. We can't even imagine participating. Being a co-creator in religion, you see, there was a shift in religion too. We're created by God. You don't participate in the creation. That's a sin. Man is fallen. This is the old Christianity. Man is fallen, he's not a co-creator in reality. He's a thing. He's created by God. God's the creator. You're not a creator. Who do you think you are? Jesus? So the image came and created a consumer church. The Holy American Consumer Church. And the TV became amusement, entertainment, that was an escape from having been our creativity being taken away. There was a loss, there was a death. And I'm just speaking generally termed, in general metaphorical terms here, trying to show a wider angle, and so don't focus on one little thing or the other, you see. So and I'm talking from my experience, How many 87-year-olds do you know that are still running around awake and aware? Most of them are going into dementia now. Well, I'm keeping dementia at bay, damn it. So excuse me. So I use this experience of the radio because you can all get we all know what, like today, radio, audio, oral teaching is coming back. Humanity, this image, this TV thing is just a little bitty recent change in humanity. And America did it because we invented the whole damn thing, and now it's spreading over the world. But it's the dominance of the image. Our politics, everything now is dominated by the image because we believe we're an image, and an image is a passive way of being. So the image gets hooked up to bigger images that make it feel it is not just an image. When we buy a commercial, commercials are image delivery systems. The commercial, now go back to the early TV in the 50s, they were all served up by giant product corporations, cigarettes, Lucky Strikes. And so you would watch the show as a gift of this product that sold you pleasure, that bonded you to an image. Then you go and, hallelujah, you buy t-shirts with your brand on it. Got Nike. You wear Nike, you see, which is an image of whoever their particular sports hero is, Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan or whatever. You see, so you are bonded and branded to an image so that you feel you can leap in the air and be free. You can leap beyond the law and order. You can leap beyond the image. So the irony is that the image will sell you an image that makes you believe you're beyond the image. But you can't get beyond the image with an image. You can't do it. So the oral teaching was lost, you see. The oral teaching was a participatory way of knowing the world. And this is why I ended up in Zen after years of yoga and not yoga and all of that stuff. See, I ended up in Zen not because I'm not a Zen Buddhist, and I don't go to Zen monasteries, and I don't teach Zen, and I don't sit around quoting scriptures and all of that. What I see in Zen is the awakening of the image coming awake and seeing that everything fits. You see, when everything fits, getting back to Zen fits. When nothing fits, it doesn't fit. Nothing fits because you're an image. And you can't make an image fit anything because an image is fixed. It has boundaries. It's defined. It has an edge to it. It fits. It's something. It's a form, you see. It's a form. And when we believe through and through, without question, that I'm a form, then I'm an image. An image is a mental form. So, you know, this cotton ball here is a physical form, and it's soft. It's got seeds in it. It's got thorns on it. You see, so that's a cotton ball. And that's a fact. But if I say this cotton ball, you have to pull this cotton ball apart to get to the root. You have to pull the image apart to get to the root. Now the cotton ball is a metaphor. And it's a living metaphor because I can feel it, and I say, oh, if you don't, when you go into the cotton ball, you can prick your finger and there'll be blood on the snow. You see, cotton ball is like innocence. Lamb's tail, white as snow, innocence, and yet there's blood on it. There's blood on the snow. There's a sacrifice. There's blood on the snow. Something's been killed. Something's been sacrificed. The Lamb of God has been sacrificed. The Lamb of God has been killed for you. See how this slips right into all this delivery system? You know, that's the delivery system for the church. But I could use this as the delivery sentence for cotton. So you would buy cotton, you see. I can use facts to sell anything because we think facts are we can't see beyond the image. So audio, getting back to my concrete experience, oral teaching, there is much more power in listening to the oral teaching of a spiritual teacher than watching him on TV. I experienced this with Eckhart Tolle. I met back in 2005 when my journey got kick-started and I began to awaken again. I discovered Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, and I really got into it. Oh, this is a real soul. But it was through the oral teaching. Before he became DVDs, there was the oral, you could buy an audio tape of Eckhart Tolle and just listen to the teaching. Then, of course, you got a DVD, and now you watch this accountant sitting on the stage. So instead of being instead of being the voice that is the teaching, you watched an accountant sitting on the stage, an image. Now Eckhart Tolle becomes an image, you see. But before that, he was a teaching. This is just an example, so don't get into Eckhart Tolle and all that. But the point is, and I think you all get this, is that in oral teaching, radio stories go directly to the heart and bypass the medium, which is the image. Radio goes to is the sound of the story that gives you the space to participate in the story. So you're not just a receiver. You are active. Your mind is active. Now this is meditation. We think meditation is being a receiver. I'll just sit and meditate and wait to receive something. Maybe I'll have an experience that I can share on Facebook. Maybe I can get a sign, an experience that says I'm a guru. Maybe I can get some insight that will solve my problem. I'll wait. I'll sit. I'll be passive. Don't do anything. Just sit, you see. Well, that's one half of it. The other half is the active part, which is forgotten. You forgot the active. Now, Zen meditation, or just real meditation, is when you put the active and the passive together. You are actively passive. You are actively participating in reality while at the same time being passive to it. This is ironic. This is, on one side, this is the active, the passive. But we still think that's two. No. It's Zen. It's ambiguous. The hag is the princess is the hag. They are a dynamic, creative unity, generating your reality, generating your consciousness. This is like two opposites two positive and minus in a battery. It's a battery. It generates energy. When it's active and passive, it's two opposites going round and round, trying to become one, but they can't because each is the other, and it generates energy. It generates knowing. But the image comes and separates them. Oh, you got the image of this and you got the image of that, and they're juxtaposed, you see, in a situation. They're juxtaposed, an opposite and a positive, you see, creative, passive, active, passive. We think these are words. So we think of them as pairs of opposites in a container, you see. That's an image. In every form is an image. Every form is something. And when you have a form or an image, the image can't be the other. See, this is where the forming mind, the conscious mind that thinks in forms, cannot get beyond the form, because every form is a form and it can't be another form. So when I think in forms, you see, the yin is the yin and the yang is the yang, and they're different. But when I get here, everything fits. The active is the princess, the passive is the hag. The beauty and the ugly, the up and the down, the in and the out, the good and the bad. the positive and the negative. It fits. It's all one. It's dynamic. It's creative. It's generating. It's you. So when you are both active and passive, you are generating your own consciousness. You are generating you. And you're no longer just sitting back and receiving the world and watching the world as an image on a TV screen, eating popcorn on your sofa. Thanks for dropping in.